For thousands of years, humans feared the creatures that could kill them in seconds. But the deadliest enemy they carried across continents was something they couldn't see, couldn't fight, and couldn't even know existed. As early humans migrated out of Africa, leaving footprints in volcanic ash and stone tools and frozen soil, they were carrying a hidden passenger. Something that didn't just wait in the environment, but traveled inside them and beside them. Every single step of the way, modern science is uncovering a completely different type of threat. One that left no massive bones to excavate, yet shaped the very limits of human expansion. It wasn't found in weapons, shelters, or ancient art. It was found in something humans normally throw away, fossilized remains of their own waste. Scientists call these coprolites. We once assumed mobile hunter-gatherers were robust and largely free of the chronic infections that later plagued farming civilizations. But the microscopic reality inside these ancient samples shatters that assumption. Inside were the eggs of parasites that had followed humans for thousands of years. Tapeworms, flukes, and whipworms, silently stealing nutrients from their bodies. This revealed something far more disturbing. The foods that kept humans alive were also slowly weakening them. By consuming raw or lightly smoked freshwater fish and wild game, early humans inadvertently invited these hitchhikers into their digestive tracts. The wilderness wasn't just attacking from the outside, it was draining their energy from within. But as groups began lingering longer in resource-rich camps, this internal burden triggered a much larger crisis. The crisis hit children hardest. For a child already fighting hunger and cold, parasites stealing nutrients could mean the difference between survival and death. Their developing immune systems struggled against repeated infection. Yet ancient humans did not simply endure this. They adapted. Control of fire, long celebrated for warmth and predator defense, served a quieter purpose: medicine. Thorough cooking destroyed parasite eggs and larvae in fish and meat. The hearth became a biological shield. This knowledge couldn't remain individual. It had to be taught, remembered, and passed down. Adults likely discovered that certain plants helped ease illness, and they taught children which foods required thorough roasting to avoid sickness. What looks like a simple campfire in the archaeological record was actually a sophisticated public health system, maintained through memory and cooperation. But as populations grew and camps became more permanent, even fire couldn't contain what was coming next. When hunter-gatherers established semi-permanent base camps, they stopped moving away from their own waste. Water sources downstream quickly became contaminated. But humans had created an even greater risk. The animals they depended on for survival were now living closer than ever before. Evidence from ancient bones and ecological studies suggests that prolonged contact with animals created new opportunities. For diseases to cross between species, the danger was no longer just a parasite hiding in undercooked meat. It was the shared air in confined winter shelters, the foul drinking water, and the microscopic invaders carried by the insects drawn to their food stores. The same rivers that gave them life could also slowly poison them. The very act of settling down had turned their immediate environment into a biological trap. The danger that followed ancient humans everywhere was never just a predator in the grass. It was the invisible biological cost of their own survival. Every meal carried a hidden risk. Every campfire was a fragile defense. Every time they lingered in a resource-rich valley, they invited new microscopic threats into their homes. Yet this wasn't a story of helpless victims. It was a story of relentless adaptation. Through fire, shared knowledge, and the quiet care of teaching children, they turned vulnerability into resilience. The wilderness didn't just test their strength. It shaped their minds, their societies, and their very biology. In the end, the greatest threat they faced wasn't something trying to end their journey. It was the invisible companion that forced them to become human.